Get ready for the dictation. 5 seconds. Start. Sir, the House is currently dealing with the general budget presented by the Honorable the Finance Minister. While taking part in this discussion, I would like to make it clear at the outset that so far as the detailed scrutiny of the taxation proposals is concerned, I reserve my comments to the time when the discussion on the finance bill takes place. This is primarily on account of the fact that the time at my disposal today is very short. Secondly, it will be more relevant to deal in detail with the various taxation proposals which have been brought forward by the government. It is probably for the first time that any finance minister has taken a serious note of the recommendations made by the parliamentary committee, particularly the Public Accounts Committee. I, as chairman of the Public Accounts Committee, wish to place on record my deep appreciation of the cognizance taken by the Honorable the Finance Minister for incorporating many of the recommendations which were made by the Public Accounts Committee in the past, and also taking into consideration a letter written by me to the Honorable the Finance Minister before the introduction of the budget for incorporating some more suggestions which might crop up in course of time. I have publicly complimented the Finance Minister. It has appeared in the press. I have not felt shy of it. I am not miserly in paying complaints if someone deserves it. I have paid compliments to the Finance Minister not because he is the occupant of the house in which I lived, not because I have a fancy for him, and not because he is also equally an intelligent person, but because I sincerely feel that there is one person who has taken cognizance of the hard labor done in these committees by members belonging to all sections of the House. As the House is aware, 2/3 of the members of this committee belonging to the ruling party, 1/3 belonging to the opposition, and it is charged by a person from the opposition. But the reports are unanimous. In these reports, after due deliberations, we arrive at certain conclusions. So, I am very happy to see that it is for the first time that any finance minister has taken note of the various recommendations in the various reports of the Public Accounts Committee. I need not mention the subject that he has introduced in various taxation proposals which he has proposed before the House. I will deal with some of them when I speak on the finance bill, but I must place on record this much also, that the finance minister has taken place a little bit half-hearted in accepting recommendations instead of accepting them in full. It was government which brought the wealth tax and some other laws before this House. The very objective of these laws was the establishment of an egalitarian society. That is why a law was passed by this House that there should be levy of wealth tax on industrial houses. Later, through an amendment in the finance bill that has been kept in absence, I would request the finance minister to examine the other recommendations of the Public Accounts Committee and see what can be done in this particular connection. The finance minister has stated that philosophy of his budget. It is that in a planned economy, the budget presents a potent instrument for achieving national objectives. I agree with him, but I would like to know what the national objectives are. Unless we are able to define the national objectives which should be borne in mind and for which purpose this financial and physical instrument has to be utilized, we shall be ignoring the whole philosophy. If I am not mistaken, the national objectives are contained in the 6th 5-year plan documents. I need not waste the time of the House in reading out all that, but the main thing that he has also admitted in his speech is that the philosophy of his budget is to encourage savings and to promote investments. The basic objectives of the 6th plan are the same as those which we have adopted for the last 30 years. The emphasis may sometimes be more on this aspect and sometimes more on another aspect, but the basic objective have been removed of poverty and reduction in unemployment. This was the position in the 4th 5-year plan, and this was the position in the earlier plans also. There are the goals in the 6th plan also. Now, there is absolutely no dispute about our national objectives. Now, let us examine to what extent we have been able to achieve these national objectives. The main objective of our planning was the removal of poverty. We have failed on this score. I would in this connection cite the document of the Planning Commission itself. I would request the Finance Minister to make an assessment of the entire 30 years of planning in this country in all important sectors of our economy.